Jalen.
The Clippers can do whatever the hell they want, but I'm not going. I'm not going to trust them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yo, Perry, I'm gonna start off with you on this next one because I need you to paint the picture before the other two chime in. All right, bro. All right.
Of course.
Yo, you called it. Like I said, I'm gonna give you your flowers. You called it. Suns #1 team right now. With his addition, sorry, they are the #1 seed. And I'm talking about Chris Paul. Does Chris Paul deserve to be the MVP? We're not talking about the conversation. Does he deserve to be the MVP? Perry.
It depends how we define deserves to be the MVP. Do I think he will get the MVP award? No. Do I think he should get the MVP award? Yes. And I'll break it down. Steve Nash, back-to-back MVPs. NBA said it wasn't a fluke. Why was he the MVP? Because of the position he put his team in. Now, Steve Nash played with Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire. Chris Paul's playing with DeAndre Jordan and Devin Booker. They're putting up almost identical numbers.
DeAndre Ayton.
My fault. DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. We'll count Michael Bridges if you guys want. Now, if we were to take this a step further, if we're going to justify Steve Nash's MVPs, then without a doubt, Chris Paul deserves to be there, and he deserves more recognition than what he's getting because his team has not made the playoffs since, I think, Nash.
Mm-hmm.
Since Nash. And adding him, he brought them into a first seed. Who do I think might get the MVP? I think it's Nikola Jokic, sorry. But
Proud of you.
Chris Paul is my MVP. I think he's this season's MVP. He's the most valuable to a team right now. That is winning. Sorry.
Jalen has a lot of hate in his heart. I think he should go last, huh?
Bro, I don't have hate in my heart. I have facts.
It's the
I
asthma.
have facts.
It's the asthma.
I have facts.
The asthma.
I have facts.
Yo, Mukhtar, I'm gonna let you take second, just because Jalen has a lot of asthma in his system, you know. So I gotta let him breathe a little before he lets it out.
This has to be discrimination of some sort. This is anti-asthmatic. All my asthmatics out there.
This is not. Don't.
Not to me.
Don't even try. Yo, so Mukhtar, Chris Paul is having a season. He has the Suns #1. Does he deserve to be the MVP? Tell it like it is, Mukhtar.
Chris Paul's having a great season. One of my favorite point guards of all time. I literally show my little brother Chris Paul tapes because this is how you should play the game of basketball. But it's tough because, Chris Paul is doing what Steve Nash did, but a little bit better numbers. But when you take it to a fact that a guy like Nikola Jokic is putting up same numbers as Shaq did in his MVP season, but giving you 8.5 assists too, I just think that's just and they're only 2 games outside of the Suns from the first seed, and they were slumping at the beginning of the year, and he brought them all the way back to where they are now. So I do give him my respect to Chris Paul. Chris Paul has done an amazing job, unequivocally. He really does change teams around. Regular season wise, he is a leader. He gets the best out of your players. He is a player's coach. Him and Monty Williams have a fantastic relationship. I'm happy that they got their reunion. He's unlocked a new side of Devin Booker, but I would still give it to Nikola Jokic. But it's really a shame because Chris Paul's had some fantastic, really great NBA seasons, and it's going to be a shame that when he retires, he won't have an MVP trophy beside his name. I wouldn't be mad if he got it this year, but I understand why he won't get it because Nikola Jokic what he's doing this year is crazy. I think even though he's not giving himself the credit, he's openly said in the media, I don't want to be in. I don't care about the MVP. All I care about is winning, which I love. But He's doing some incredible things. I'll give it to Chris Paul though. He's amazing for what he does in the regular season. Honestly,
One thing that I want to add about the Nikola Jokic stuff that you said is that since Jamal Murray has been out, I'm pretty sure the stat is 9-1. Since Jamal Murray's been out, and when Jamal Murray went out, a lot of us thought that the Nuggets wouldn't be where they were, but they just kept going up. So,
and just to say something else, Perry said that the Suns are nothing without Chris Paul. The Nuggets are really nothing without Jokic. Like they are
100%.
absolutely bottom of the West, like worse than the Timberwolves. So yeah, this is my personal opinion.
Yo, Jaylon, how you doing, fam?
I'm alright.
Okay, he's cheesed.
He's wearing that Rocket Rust T-shirt. That's why. It's a bad year.
Yo, Jaylon, I'm not even gonna give you anything. I'm just gonna ask you the question straight up. Does CP3 deserve to be the MVP?
Hell no. Is he the best player on this team?
Second.
Nope.
Thank you. End the discussion.
Give us more context, bro.
I'm putting my foot down on this one.
I'm sorry.
Give us more context.
Come on.
Okay, let me elaborate.
He's not the best scorer on the team, no. Is he better than
elaborate.
Devin Booker overall? I think so.
Okay.
Now he got you fueled up.
Devin Booker is shooting better from 3, averages the same amount of steals, shoots better from the field, less from the charity stripe, averages the same amount of rebounds, 4 less assists, while averaging 9 more points. He has a better defensive efficiency rating, a better defensive net rating. Guards the better players, the bigger players. He's also not 36. I'll compare it to Steve Nash. Steve Nash averaged 2 more points, 2 more assists, shot better from the free throw line, shot better from the field, shot better from 3, had a higher win share, a better PER. Did I say better from the field? I believe I said better from the field. And averaged 0.7 turnovers more than Chris Paul. Chris Paul is at 2.7. Sorry, 0.8 turnovers more. Chris Paul's at 2.7. Steve Nash is at 3.5. So I'll take his highest year, 3.5. I don't think the question that Corbina asked is, does Chris Paul deserve to be the MVP? When you alluded to Steve Nash's MVP season, Perry, Steve Nash did not deserve the MVP. Kobe, LeBron, and Shaq all had better years than Steve Nash. He did not deserve MVP. However, he got it. The MVP award is not based on who's the most valuable, or else James Harden would have 3. LeBron James would have 6, 7. Russell Westbrook might have 2, 3. So it's not based on who's the most valuable. So we can NizeDat.
So what is it based on?
The MVP award is based on storyline. So let's look at the Phoenix Suns in depth.
I agree with that.
Let's look at the Phoenix Suns in depth. Who was their starting point guard last year?
Ricky Rubio.
How many players at his position can you name that are better than Ricky Rubio?
I can name you a solid 8 to 10.
8 to 10. Okay. If you don't mind, could you just name me 3?
Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, Chris Paul.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook. Sorry.
Russell Westbrook. So if I take any of those 3, do the Suns not get better than 34 and 39?
Miles better.
With better numbers? Can I say that Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, and Dame Lillard would average better numbers than Chris Paul?
100%. They're the peak of their.
Now can we add the fact that Devin Booker didn't miss any games this year?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, he missed. So I lied. Devin Booker missed 4 games this year, so he was out for a week and a half. Can I add that DeAndre Ayton was also healthy for the majority of this year? Can I also add that they added Jay Crowder? They have Cameron Johnson playing good, healthy minutes now. Dario Saric, who's a defensive leech, is not getting playing time anymore. Frank Kaminsky is also not on the floor, so they're better defensively. So Also, when we look at last year, were they not a game out of the play-in tournament?
They were absolutely one game out.
And they were 8-0 in the bubble when they had everybody healthy back, right?
Yeah, they're playing the best basketball.
So, like, why are we saying this is just good? And this is what I hate, because when we talk about Chris Paul and we glorify Chris Paul, he's only made it out of the made it to the second round once in his life.
Conference finals.
Conference finals once in his life. That was with who?
James
Harden carrying him.
Harden.
He's never been the best player on a team. We chastise Kyrie Irving. We scrutinize the hell out of Kyrie Irving. Moreover, we scrutinize the hell out of Russell Westbrook for not doing that exact same thing. And Russell Westbrook, his numbers are blowing Chris Paul's out of the water. But he doesn't have a third best player whose name isn't Robin. He's playing with a dude named Garrison. He's playing a dude named Davis. Not Davis, Davis.
Spurs Mafia.
Like, come on, bro. Like, we really need to stop it. We're gonna ignore this Pepsi truck driver averaging damn near a triple-double at 7 feet, 350 pounds, looking like he should be protecting Teddy Bridgewater, who just got traded to the Denver Broncos, on the offensive line. We're going to act like he's not doing what he's doing. We're going to act like he doesn't have the Denver Nuggets as the 3 seed, as a 3 seed.
Yeah, 3
in the Western Conference without Jamal Murray.
3 games out of the 1 spot.
With a dude named William as his second option right now.
Oh, Michael Porter Jr. Whoa.
With Paul Millsap playing. With Paul Millsap playing 20 minutes again. Like, come on, bro. This has to stop. Chris Paul has gone into very blessed situations, except for New Orleans. I'm not going to take that away from him. He took that franchise out of the gutter. But if we look at his time in Lob City, very blessed situation. We look at his time in Houston, another very blessed situation. And now we look at Phoenix. Devin Booker is playing the best basketball of his entire life. And I'm the biggest Devin Booker fan.
And we're not going to say there's a correlation.
I wasn't finished. Okay, now I'm finished.
Oh, now you're rude. Yeah. Rebuttal, Perry.
I already asked my question.
Please repeat.
I don't do that.
Oh.
He asked you if there's a correlation between Devin Booker playing in his best basketball ever.
It was already trending in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, what year is Devin Booker in? Year 8?
Devin Booker is
year 7.
Year 6.
You have to get better year 6.
It was inevitable.
You haven't made the playoffs all those years? You have to get better.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, your argument was that you can't give Chris Paul the MVP because the Suns were projected to be in the 8th seed. Almost made the 8th seed, but were 1 game shy of it due to like a playoff situation, right?
No.
Situation?
No.
Was that not a point that you brought up?
That was a point that I brought up to support my main argument, but do you mind if I give you my main argument?
Okay, I was going to continue, but yeah, go ahead.
No, I apologize. I cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so what I was saying is that the cards have been stacked forever in Chris Paul's favor this year. Devin Booker is averaging less points, less assists, less rebounds, on higher defensive efficiency and defensive rating, lower shooting splits than ever in his career. So can we even say that Chris Paul is making Devin Booker better?
Wow, I really like that. So, wait. Either way, Chris Paul takes the L to you. Because if Devin Booker played better, if Devin Booker improves, he was supposed to because he was in year 6. Now, Devin Booker's numbers go down. It's Chris Paul's fault. So we need to choose one and be consistent with it.
I never said it was Chris Paul's fault. I asked if we can even say that Chris Paul made Devin Booker better. It was a simple question.
Based on the regression of his numbers, am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now, if we cannot attribute, hypothetically, if the increase of his numbers to Chris Paul, then I'm not having the decrease of his numbers be attributed to Chris Paul. We need to be consistent with the argument.
I didn't attribute them to Chris Paul.
You literally asked the question. Can we not argue that Chris Paul is not contributing to the growth of Devin Booker? Tell me I'm wrong.
You are wrong. I asked, can we even say that Chris Paul is making Devin Booker better?
So I just want you to tell me where my loose paraphrasing of what you said and what you just told me differ. Tell me where the meanings diverge.
Because you said I came to a conclusion. I did not come to a conclusion.
I literally
I
said
said I asked a question. I asked, can we even say that Chris Paul has made Devin Booker better? Because that was the point that you brought up. Because you said, can we not correlate Chris Paul's play to Devin Booker's improvement?
And you said no.
I gave you his numbers going down.
Yes.
Across the board, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So then I posed the question, can we even say that Chris Paul has made Devin Booker better?
Yes.
That
now, prior to giving me the regressions, you told me that Devin Booker's improvement, because I argued that he improved, you told me that Devin Booker's improvement would not be attributed to the presence of Chris Paul. Am I incorrect?
Yes, because I said there other players would have helped him improve more as well.
Okay.
Anybody is an upgrade to Ricky Rubio. You are.
Thank you. Thank you. I just think the point's flawed. To be completely honest, I think the Phoenix Suns, if we're gonna use the subpoint of the two subpoints of Devin Booker's regression, actually no, we're not using Devin Booker's regression. But if we're gonna use the subpoint of them fighting for the 8th seed, a seven position jump in the Western Conference is spectacular. They almost made the 8th seed in one of the biggest aberrations in NBA history. Prior to that, they weren't close to the playoffs. The year prior to that, they weren't in the playoffs. Those trends remain consistent. They have not made the playoffs until Devin Booker. Wow, I said Devin Booker. Until Chris Paul came into the equation. Chris Paul brought them from what would have been, let's say everything worked out and they made the 8th seed. He brought them 7 positions up. If we look at Steve Nash and what he's contributed to that Phoenix Suns team, he had, sorry, give me just one moment. He had Jim Jackson, solid player. Don't worry, it gets better. He had Joe Johnson. He had Sean Marion. He had Smush Parker, Quentin Richardson, Amari Stoudemire, Leandro Barbosa. He had a good team. And he had Mike D'Antoni.
I have to remember those guys are young too, though.
I understand. He had, what's his name? He had, yeah, no, I understand.
If I could just give my 2 cents real quick, I just like, I understand that Chris Paul has made, like, I'm not discrediting Chris Paul. I give him his full credit. Like, he has made the Phoenix Suns a better team, but I feel as if winning the MVP because you took a team from where they were last year to where they are this year, I don't think that's like MVP is an individual season. It's not about like what you've done with the team over the last, from where they were to when you got there. You know, if you get what I mean. I don't think he deserves to win MVP just based off the fact that they didn't make the playoffs last year and now they're the 1 seed. I think it has a lot to do with the team just getting better altogether, like not just one player.
So you thought at the beginning of the season that the Phoenix Suns were going to jump from the 9th seed to the 1st seed in the Western Conference? That's a question.
I thought they're going to go to the 5th seed.
Okay, they made it.
They're 3 games out of the 4th seed, so like it's not that big of it. Like it's not that big. Like
this is a catastrophe. This is a
3
huge
games
jump.
out of the 4th seed.
Name me another team
into the 4th seed.
No, I understand, but there's coulds, woulds, and shoulds, but we have to talk about the tangible results. Name me a team that has gone from the 9th seed to the 1st seed in one season.
Brooklyn Nets. Thank you.
Facts.
Understandable. And what did the Brooklyn Nets add? What did the Brooklyn Nets add?
Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. Yes? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll say Kevin Durant and James Harden because Kyrie Irving did play last year.
He played 20 games.
30, 40 games?
I think he played 34 games out of 66.
So he played more than half the season.
Sure.
Wow. Awful math, I apologize. He did not play half the season. We'll say he played just under the half the season. Now,
he played 1 game over half. 34 over 66.
like I said with when I brought up Ricky Rubio, Cameron Payne, Ricky Rubio, Javon Carter,
Yeah, that's a
Hectorio
terrible
Saric.
guard rotation, bro.
Like, come on, bro. That's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now you're starting Mikal Bridges. Now you're starting DeAndre Ayton. You add Jamison Crowder, who's another veteran presence who can guard really 1 through 3 or 4. Also 1 through 3 at an elite level. And Devin Booker is finally playing defense for the first time since last bubble. Monty Williams finally has a healthy team. I think that's what we're not like we're glossing over. Devin Booker missed a lot of time last year. DeAndre Ayton missed a lot of time last year. Mikal Bridges was even out last year. Like, why are we glossing over this fact and just attributing to Chris Paul? I'm not saying Chris Paul has zero factor in it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there's so much more to the Phoenix Suns flourishing, like you called. There's so much more to the Phoenix Suns flourishing in the way that they are than just Chris Paul. Because Monty Williams is a really, really good coach. When you give him a team that's semi-competent, as he's shown in New Orleans, as he's shown as an assistant in Oklahoma City, as he's shown as an assistant in Philadelphia, when you give him competent teams, he can succeed. So you give him a competent team and not Ricky Rubio, Rico Suave, of course they're going to improve. How hard is it to improve from 34 wins? Thank you.
You're already finished.
Damn.
You're done? No, Bino. We can't move on yet. We can't move on yet. Okay. You said, give me your definition of MVP one more time, please.
I didn't give you
It's
the
a-
MVP.
You
I
said
think
it was the
MVP is
best storyline,
storyline.
no? You said the
Yeah,
best
best
storyline,
storyline.
no?
I said the best story wins MVP.
Okay. So now the team that valiantly fought tooth and nail, hit 9th seed, ends up adding a 6-foot point guard named Christopher. Brings this team to the first overall seed in the first time since, what is it, 2005?
Mhm.
2006? 2005, 2006?
Something like that.
No, 2010.
They were the first seed in 2010?
Oh, first seed. Sorry, I thought you meant make the playoffs. My apologies.
Okay, sorry. Made the playoffs for the first time in a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Who was considered the NBA's afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that's not a great story? He brought them to first. Off of leadership and teamwork. And he's putting up his numbers where he needs to put up his numbers. Everyone has a role that they're playing, and he's maximizing that role. He has Devin Booker finally playing defense. When people were thinking, hey, when is Devin Booker going to play defense? Yeah, the bubble was a great situation, but that was 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
It was 8. So for us to gloss over those facts and say, hey, you know what, you remove Ricky Rubio and you add anybody. No, we didn't even expect them to be in the top 4. Or I said we. No, you didn't expect them to be in the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't. They're first. So to say that Chris Paul is, I want to say he's deserving of the MVP contingent on where the Nuggets place. To say that Chris Paul isn't deserving of an MVP or at least heavy MVP 1 or 2 considerations, I think it's beyond hatred.
Is that it?
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay. I will end on this, and Bina, you can take it away after. I'm going to give you a blind resume. Okay?
Why do you get to end it?
I'm going to give you a blind resume.
Everybody wants the last word, huh?
Because I'm a father. I'm a father.
Oh.
So I'm going to give you a blind resume. 16.2 points per game, 2.3 turnovers, 0.2 blocks, 1.3 steals, 8.8 assists, 4.5 rebounds, 93% from the free throw line, 2.4 from the charity. 93% from the free throw line. He shoots 49% from the field, 38% from 3. That's player A. I tell you, player B. Give me 1 second. I apologize for the delay.
Yo, Russell Westbrook's an animal. This guy just had 20, 20, and 14.
No. Please don't bring up Russell Westbrook. Please don't bring up Russell Westbrook.
Oh my god. This guy had 20.
Now I'm going to read you player B's stat line. 26 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 56% from the field, 41% from 3, 86% from the charity stripe, has a PER of 31, and is responsible for 14 win shares. Which player are you taking? Player A is in the first in position 1 in his conference. Player B is in position 3 in his conference. Which player are you taking?
Sorry, I was muted. Can you repeat the last stat one more time, please?
Player B?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. 26.2 points per game, 10.9 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 56% from the field, 41% from 3, 86% from the charity stripe, 31.1 SSPER, and is responsible for 14 win shares. Which player are you taking?
I love that. Which player am I taking for what?
Which player are you taking?
Like, which one would I rather have on my team?
Mhm.
Player B.
Okay, perfect. Move on.
No, Bina. I have a question.
Move on. Bina,
No,
Bina,
I have a question. No.
I
have a question.
said.
No,
After me,
no.
we'll move on. So, Bina,
Bro, that's
please move
no.
on. Thank you,
This
thank
is
you,
this is
Bina.
an
I appreciate
unfair
it.
situation. I'm not having
I
it.
appreciate you.
Yo, Mukhtar, is
I
it
have
an
my
unfair
question to ask.
situation?
That is definitely an unfair situation. Why do you get to choose that you have the last word? I'm not having
Because
none
I'm a
of this
father.
nonsense.
I'm
I
a
don't
father.
care.
I pay bills.
I don't care.
I pay bills.
Okay, pay your bills. Pay your bills.
Go ahead.
I'm not having any of this.
So
You don't make a
Bina,
decision right here.
does anybody deserve to have the last word?
No, I think you, Mukhtar, you deserve to have the last word. Let's go.
Okay, this is what I'll say. Chris Paul is having a tremendous season. Tremendous. The fact that he even made an All-Star, my mind is blown. Okay? This guy is playing great basketball. But the fact that Nikola Jokic is averaging 26, 11, and 8.5. He's averaging Shaquille O'Neal MVP numbers, but giving you 8.5 assists. And he's, just like J-Lo said, a 7-foot, 350-pound Pepsi truck driver. I just think that's like, you can't argue against it. But I do respect Chris Paul. I give Perry his flowers. I think Chris Paul's at the top of the MVP conversation. I think he's number 2 or 3 behind Joel Embiid, perhaps. Just my personal opinion. But it is what it is.
Bro, I think you can't. Thank you, Mukhtar. I appreciate you. J-Lo, I think you switched up your definitions for your MVP situation. I think that question that you asked was flawed. You said the MVP is the best storyline. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
So why did you name stats? Why?
Because his stats go along with the story.
Bro, this is ridiculous.
I prefaced it by
This is
saying
ridiculous.
he's a 7-foot, 350-pound Coca-Cola truck driver,
And I don't
averaging
care.
26.2 points per game.
Yes.
He's beating
But how is that
your
consistent
guy.
with your
He's
storyline
beating your
argument?
guy.
How is that consistent with your
Name
storyline argument?
another 7-foot white guy that puts up these numbers. That's not a story to you. Get the hell out of here.
Bro, this is ridiculous.
I
No,
apologize.
I'm not having
Serbia
any
too?
of
I
this.
apologize.
I'm not having any of this. I'm really
I
You woke up
apologize.
Malik, man.
There you
woke up
go.
Malik.
Apologize for
Damn,
your
you know
nonsense.
those.
Even my son's disgusted with your nonsense.
No,
Oh
he's
my
You
disgusted
woke
with
him
your
up with the
nonsense.
nonsense. Get out of here.
Nephew.
Get out of
With your
here.
nonsense.
Miss me.
Nephew.
Miss me.
God damn.
The same way you
Quabs,
missed
take the reign,
with
bro.
your
Take the
MVP.
reign. Quabs, take the
I
reins
got
of this
this.
podcast.
Yo,